Hot day across East Oklahoma. Temperatures soaring back to around 100 today for afternoon highs. Temperatures still warm at this hour. Tomorrow morning, a warm start to your Wednesday with temperatures starting in the mid-70s as you head into work. 101 is going to be your afternoon high. The heat index value will make it feel like 105 degrees. So a very hot and humid afternoon. Outside right now across the area, we have mostly fair skies, and we can see temperatures in the upper 80s at this hour. So warm conditions at the 10 o'clock hour. The heat is going to continue for the next couple of days. It's going to be rather excessive at times, but then there's the potential for some relief on the way. We're going to tell you about that, when we could see our next chance for rain. Any fall-like weather in store? Details with your 10-day in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Mike. Well, new at 10, Tulsa police have identified the woman who was killed in a car wreck this afternoon. Police say 18-year-old Kaylesha Houston died after running into a power pole on 31st Street near Sheridan. Officers say two vehicles were speeding when Houston changed lanes quickly, lost control, and slammed into the pole. Police also say the power pole the teen hit was unstable, so they had to wait on the power company to secure it before they were able to move her and her vehicle. A handful of PSO customers lost power in that area after the crash. Now covering the nation, the House passed the Democrats' budget resolution today. The vote passed along party lines, 220 to 212. The passage of the $3.5 trillion resolution paves the way for a vote on President Biden's Build Back Better plan. House and Senate committees will begin drafting final versions on how they will hit the budgetary targets. Leaders say the House will consider the infrastructure bill by September 27th. And Oklahoma Congressman Kevin Hern spoke out against the multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure bill. He criticized Democrats for what he calls reckless spending.
$3.5 trillion in an unimaginable sum, more than any of us can fathom. And that money isn't coming out of thin air, it's going to come from you.
Representative Hern says under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, families in Oklahoma received an average tax cut of $1,700. He says this budget would reverse that tax relief. In Afghanistan, there is still the frantic rush to evacuate stranded Americans and desperate Afghans. Despite pleas from U.S. allies to stay stronger, President Biden is sticking with his August 31st deadline for U.S. forces to leave Afghanistan.
We are currently on a pace to finish by August the 31st. The sooner we can finish, the better.
But the Taliban is declaring the U.S. must go by the end of the month as promised, threatening consequences if not. Meanwhile, thousands of Americans, some say, remain trapped.
And what we heard today, he will have blood on his hands. People are going to die, and they're going to be left behind.
Senator Jim Inhofe is weighing in on how the White House is handling getting Americans and Afghan allies out of that country safely. In a statement, the senator says, in part, "I cannot believe that our president has watched the human suffering that has resulted from this botched process and decided to double down on his arbitrary, unrealistic deadline." He goes on to say President Biden's decision created this chaos. He will not be judged by how many Americans he got out, but how many Americans he left behind. New at 10, an Oklahoma man has been arrested for assaulting an Associated Press photographer during the Capitol breach last January. The Department of Justice says 41-year-old Benjamin Burlew was seen in the two videos pushing, shoving, and dragging the photographer. The DOJ says Burlew grabbed the victim, threw them backwards over a wall. Burlew is one of 8 to be arrested for allegedly destroying media equipment, assaulting journalists, or inciting violence against members of the news media. Next at 10, with hundreds of families across Green Country facing eviction during the pandemic, we'll show you how one local ministry has helped local families stay in their homes.
After a Dewey family's upstairs AC broke down, temperatures in their kids' bedrooms soared into the 90s, and they say their home warranty company let them down, telling them to deal with it themselves.
I fought with them and I fought with them.
I'm 2 News Oklahoma problem solver Pete Knutson. Tomorrow morning at 6:30, find out what steps the warranty company finally took after the problem solvers got involved.
Hey everyone, tonight we have an all-new show with Andy Samberg. We're playing Misname That Song. Plus, we have Outer Banks star Madeline Klein and music from Andrea Bocelli tonight.
New Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum has declared today, August 24th, Hospitality House of Tulsa Day in honor of their 15th anniversary. The Hospitality House is a nonprofit that provides support for the families of hospital patients. Since opening in 2006, they've served over 7,000 families of hospitalized patients, helping them with lodging, meals, and transportation. They say that they're always looking for more volunteers, so if you'd like to help out or donate, you can visit the links section of our website, kjrh.com. You know, when COVID first hit, many people across Green Country worried about being evicted due to lost income and other factors. But thanks to millions of dollars awarded by the Department of Treasury, one local ministry has distributed more than $9 million through the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. 2 News senior reporter Sharon Phillips breaks down how this program works and who can benefit.
Restore Hope Ministries here in Tulsa has been given the enormous responsibility to connect people to these emergency funds to help make sure they're able to stay in their homes. Peter Updike is a local landlord, and he owns 43 rental properties across the city. When COVID first reared its ugly head, he was concerned about his tenants and how some would be able to pay their rent and its impact on his bottom line.
I was worried about my tenants because I know a lot are right on the edge, and then we have mortgages on our properties, and so not getting rent is kind of a scary thing.
One of his tenants is Allison Parker, a mother of 4 who also owns a salon. When COVID hit, she was forced to temporarily close her doors.
A lot of my clients were elderly, and I lost a lot of clients just because of the fear of catching COVID as well.
Because of her lost income, Allison says she was terrified about not being able to pay her rent. That's when the folks at Restore Hope Ministries came to both Peter and Allison's rescue. Jeff Janes is Restore Hope's executive director. He says right now they are distributing almost $1 million a week in rental assistance. This money comes from the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, which was passed by Congress in December. The funds go to eligible local governments around the country. Those governments could either come up with a new program to distribute the money or use existing resources like Restore Hope to help.
We just crossed the $9 million mark, which is incredible. And just to put that in perspective, 2 years ago, the entire budget for Restore Hope, our food program, rent, everything, all in, all staff, was $1 million.
Jane says to distribute over $9 million since April 1st has taken a lot of work that begins with taking applications.
The best thing to do when you apply would be to make sure you have all the documents that you need. We do need to show that you're a renter, so we need a lease. We need to show that you're under 80% of the area median income, and so we need income documents.
He says the federal program is designed to pay landlords directly. That not only helps them, but also helps the tenants.
And so the tenant, has that burden of debt. And so when we pay the landlord, it helps both parties, and that's a double win.
And Restore Hope helped me pay for 3 months of my rent.
It's a very needed thing.
Here's a breakdown of the numbers. Restore Hope is currently working with more than 1,300 landlords, and they have served over 1,900 households. The average payment per household is around $4,700. Here's what's covered under that federal money. Your past due rent, your past due utilities, including water, gas, propane, and electric. And you can get your rent paid forward for up to 3 months. If you would like to see who qualifies, just head over to our website, kjrh.com, and click on the link to this story. Sharon Phillips, 2 News, Oklahoma.
Thank you, Sharon. Now, she's learned that as of now, there's about $8 million remaining between the city and the county resources for rental assistance. This money does have to be spent by the end of September next year.
Now, your 2 News Oklahoma weather, sponsored by Executive Homes.
August in Oklahoma living up to its reputation right now, Mike.
It truly is. And unfortunately, the ragweed season is now officially upon us.
I can tell. We're both sneezing.
All right, yeah. Ragweed gets to me every single year as we take a look at our allergy report. All of the categories just not good. Grass, moderate, and all of that being ragweed. Trees in the high category, mold in the moderate, weeds in the moderate. Normally, we should see some of these numbers decrease as the summer progresses, but with such wet conditions this summer, that has aided in higher than normal allergy issues for us here in East Oklahoma. And ragweed season is not fun. We got to get to the first frost, which is a ways away for us here in East Oklahoma. Looking at this picture sent in by our viewers, really cool picture sent in by Brandon. and he was like, this is almost like night and day all in one shot. And this is a crepuscular ray, and it is a really incredible ray where what's happening is the sunlight is being reflected off of a cloud, and the cloud's blocking that, so it's creating this shadow, and then of course it's seeping through here on the left hand side, but there's a thunderstorm way off in the distance as the sun sets, and that's thunderstorm is creating this dark shadow where the sun rays are able to shine through. So it's a pretty cool pic. Thanks for sending that in to Mike Collier WX. Right now it still feels hot. Look at Tulsa feeling like 93 at the 10 o'clock hour. Bristow at 77. So outline areas in those valleys cooling down some. Mulgee at 86. McAllister again feel like temp right now in the mid 80s. There is some hope for some relief as we head towards the extended. Slight chance for a few thunderstorms coming in Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week, which will provide slightly cooler afternoon highs, take us away from being near 100. That's what I'm rooting for. Please, please get us away from 100, as I'm over the summer already. The summer that we've barely had. 5 days at 100 or above here in Tulsa. Normally we see 11. We're then add 6 and 7. And then the temperature begins to decrease. You know, normal high is 93. We already reached our maximum normal high of 95 last week. And now it's on the downward trend. And by September 2nd, we're at 89 for a normal high. Not that I'm counting down. 94 degrees Saturday and Sunday, hot weekend with partly cloudy skies. An isolated thunderstorm not out of the question Sunday afternoon, so outdoor plans be advised, as you might need to move them indoors at times. South winds at 11 miles per hour, so it's still breezy. At the 10 o'clock hour, we climbed to 90 or 100 today after starting off the day at 77. Lower to mid 70s to start our Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies. A little bit of a southeasterly breeze to start our day. Hot conditions by afternoon. 101 here in Tulsa, Bartlesville 100, and McAllister at 99, and Tahlequah in the upper 90s. So hot and steamy once again. 100 on there Thursday, mid-90s Friday. We look to the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. Lower 90s for your highs. With a slight chance for thunderstorms coming in Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then lower 90s on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I've always wanted to do a whole weathercast and a musical rendition of songs, you know.
That's an
Blame
idea.
It on the rain.
It's an idea. Would like to see it done.
There's a lot of different titles you could choose from.
There is.
Only 2 or 3 more days before kids stop booing and hissing when you go by at the supermarket.
Right, I was walking down the road, people throwing tomatoes at me, you know.
Oh,
yeah, only a couple more days.
Exaggeration.
You'll be okay. Coming up next in sports, our high school football previews continue. Checking in with Bill Blankenship and the Owasso Rams.
Now, 2 News Oklahoma Sports.
Well, OU has quality at the running back position, Eric Gray, Kennedy Brooks, but quantity has become an issue. Sophomore Marcus Major ineligible to play this season, academic reasons. 2 other backs, of course, Seth McGowan, Mikey Henderson dismissed from the team in the offseason. So 3 scholarship backs heading into the year. Welcome into sports, everybody. It's season number 5 for Lincoln Riley as Sooners head coach. No pressure, but Bud, Barry, and Bob all won national titles by season number 4 in Norman. OU preseason number